and happy Tuesday, everyone. This week, I don't know what we're doing. I have no idea what the heck we're going to be doing. Poison spiders? Poison spiders.
Okay, I'm just going to have to get upstairs. That's the only option. So let's do it. Okay, so there's that guy. Let's deal with him. Because I don't think he's going to be much of a problem. Let's not deal with him. And then let's sleep through the night. And then we'll have potatoes, and we'll have extra water. And then we'll inventory our losses, you know, see what we gained, see what we lost, drop off the extra armor. I don't know where you came from, but at least your food. Here, we do that, we can do that, we can do that, we can do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some sorting, but I think I'm gonna do that later and off camera, because who wants to see that, really? But for now, I can make some decorations. You know, I can make this place a little bit more homey, a little bit more vibalicious. How do I do that? I'm gonna start with some of my girlfriend's lovely, beautiful, magical hair. Yeah, we'll start with that. And then, I don't know where I put that, but it's kind of neat. Let's do one of these. I think I'm going to put this here. That's kind of cool. And then we can throw, I don't know if this burns actually, so I'm going to be a little careful about that. But one of the things I can do is I can put it here, and I can put it like here. That's pretty. I like that. So yeah, I mean, we're going to fortify all this a little bit more. You know, we're going to build this up. One of the things I can do is I can even make like a little platform here, or I could like make something like a totem here, or a bridge. This might be a good place for a bridge, actually. Might even be a good place for a bridge. You know, all kinds of things we could do. All kinds of multiple, distinct, different, unique things we could do. And then there's some extra food, so that's actually quite welcome. You know, even considering the source. You know I complain about zombies, you know, a lot. But, you know, they're not so bad, guys. We'll make some more potatoes. Is that one ready? I think it's ready. Yes. How many potatoes was that? Was it 3 potatoes? Okay, 3 potatoes. We got some potatoes in this place. We got some potatoes in this situation. I think it's pretty good. I think we're doing quite well. I think we're actually doing quite admirably. All things considered. All things considered. And then we got this hoe. We got this hoe. We can even, I don't know. Do we put dirt across? Something like that? Maybe. We definitely need more lighting in this area. And then, I don't know, the piston, never got around to it. But one of the things we could actually do is we could make a sonic connection, because that's going to be like way faster. And cooler. Yeah. Oh, I really hope. Okay. Full disclosure. it is what it is, you know, it is what it is. So 3, we can throw down a lot of cherry blossoms, you know, we can really throw it down and make this a nice little place to be, you know. Yeah, but if there's like a sonic connection and I set up I forget how to make a skulk sensor. Okay, so, or what is the word? Skulk something. Oh yeah, and then I also want to plant some of this. Can I plant that there? No, I can't. What about here? That's a good place for it. That's a good place for it. That's not flowing. That's not flowing. Then, yeah, then that's all ready and that's all good. And then, yeah, I mean, we'll get more lily pads. We'll get lily pads, period. For her something. And then there's a route down, actually. So I might use... Do I have those stair blocks? Do I have any more of those stair blocks? I don't think so. I mean, I was really hoping there'd be more lava generated by now, but it doesn't look like it. That's actually, like, kind of crazy. Oh wait. That one. That's it. Just one. Just one. If I found more stalagmidoodles in the process and progress of my journeys, then sure. Oh, this reminds me of that one area in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, where you fight the water creature. That's very cool. I like that. Here we go. So usually what would be going on is the water source would be coming out here. Let's try that, and then that, and then that, and then this will all stay that way. But we can easily, you know, there's something we can do here. Boink. And then it has to go out this way, right? You'd think it would have to go out that way. But instead it just stops? Very strange. That's weird. I don't know why it does that. Huh. It's like, I have to go that way? I don't know. What if I block update? There, block update there. No? Okay. I mean, I could block update here, but then it'll just flow down where it was. I mean, the other thing I can do is I can just... bucket there. Right? Nope. Nope. Do we have dirt? Dirt. Okay. Nope. Stop. Okay. Close enough. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's way worse than I was hoping for everything to be. We'll see how that all goes. And then do I have any more torches? Doesn't look like I have any more torches. I still have my buckets. Do I want to make another trip down? I could harvest stalagmites. I could harvest... not stalagmidoodles. I could harvest something else other than that. Okay, no, not there. Okay, I want the lily pads. I want the lily pads because that'll make getting back and forth along this hallway a lot easier. And I might as well get up to the top level again and just see what's going on up there. Because, yeah, I mean, I haven't been up and seen the sun in a little while. And I feel like that has an impact on my overall mental well-being. And there's some mutton just hanging out up over there. So let's grab that and then... we'll grab what we can, because, okay, no, we still have that, so that's good. Do we have any cherry? I feel like I must have lost a bunch of cherry blossoms somehow. Or a bunch of cherry, little maybe, baby cherry trees. Little cherry saplings is the word, I think. Come on. Come on. let's go there, and then here, and then there, and then we got it. So that's fine. Do we have it? Yeah, we have it. Good. And one wool, which has its own advantages. There are many advantages to having a block of wool. Many advantages indeed. Oh. Okay. Is the sun setting right now? Exactly as I come out? Makes sense? You know, just my luck, to be totally honest. That little glimpse of the sunset is a perfect thumbnail, though. Oh no. No. I don't know. I don't know if it's getting laggy because of... I do have the render settings set down. So I think it's just a long video and my computer's getting tired out. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah. Kobe. Now, how many lily pads do we want? I feel like... Well, it's 5, 5, 5, so that's 15, and then 4 sort of interconnects between those areas. So I think it's about that many lily pads. So let's just go for that. I just need to remember where I have my lily pads. So there's a clock, there's a lodestone, there's this guy, there's that guy, there's that guy, there's that treasure map. I'm gonna go back there at some point. The anvil, yeah, the anvil, yeah. There's my books. There's my potatoes. There's my remaining potatoes. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back, get that back. Actually, is there anything down there that I still want? No. Experience? No. Treasure map? No. Golden nuggets? Not valuable enough, really, to put in there. More cherry stems? I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want to set the anvil down, but I don't want to set the anvil down here. And I need to pee again, so I'm gonna go do that. Alright, we're back. Where were we? I definitely want my mutton. What I was actually looking for, though, was lily pads. I was looking for lily pads, and they're not in this box. So they're either here, or I lost my collection of lily pads when I was out adventuring, or I put them somewhere they weren't supposed to be. So those are kind of the options. None of those sound like good options to me. I don't really like any of those options, but that's just kind of the situation I gotta deal with as is. So there is that. I want a couple more trees. You know, I always want a couple more cherry trees. These things are awesome. These things are like everything I love. They're pink, they're cute, you know, they're vibrant, they're vivacious. They're fecund, you know. I like all of that. So there's good things going on. There's good things going on. There's good things going on. I think this is a great last little bit to the year. This is an interesting place. This is kind of neat. I wonder what's down here. Well, that's something to explore later. That's not something I'm going to explore now, because I don't really have torches or what I would need to explore that. And my computer is still lagging pretty hard, so I don't know what to do about that right now. Basically what I'm thinking is I'm going to go back to that geode. I'm going to do a little mining at that geode, just take out a load of amethyst, and then call it a day. Unless I have more lava spawn somehow, but it doesn't look like it, so there we go. And then, oh, okay, well, I thought that was a creeper. Can you imagine if there was ever a creeper? That would be so scary. I would so not be okay with that. Okay, so there's like a false, almost the right one, but it's not even the right one. The real one. I mean, honestly, this is like... How would I have ever found this? Okay, so this one, this one, this one, I think that still drops amethyst. It just drops less amethyst, but it means I can't get as far along or as big of a crystal. And then they're all light sources, so that also does change sort of the risk profile of going in here if I like get rid of all the crystals. I wonder if I can... Do I have any more bone meal? No, I really don't. Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine, you know? I'm sure it will be fine, you know? I'm sure it'll be fine. So, all of those things together, taken together, those three pieces of evidence, should assure you and me that it will be fine. It'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And there's so many source blocks. This is perfect. I just cannot allow... well, I don't even want to speak it into existence. You know, if I worry sometimes, you know, it just kind of creates that which I fear. So, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. Here we go. So, I don't know. That's really, like, not an astonishing amount of kelp. What can we do? We could just get the amount that's there. Yeah, I mean, I want like a solid, transparent block. I'm wondering if I can even make like a copper pipe out of the grated copper, or if the fact that it's already overflowed will mean that when I place it, it becomes flooded copper. But I'm gonna try and build it down from the top, or maybe experiment around a little bit and see what happens. Then the other thing is I'm hoping I still have some copper bars around, although copper isn't like hard to find. And then the other thing I would need... Oh wait, no, I have everything I need. I have everything I need for this now. Here. So that, and that, and that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. And then the other thing is I have this, so... Isn't that how you make it? I thought that was the recipe for the, Oh, okay, cool, alright. So, how many amethyst shards do I want? And do I actually want to make a Skulk Shrieker? How do you... Oh, what's the word for it? I think it's this, and then this? Or this, and then that? Just that. Calibrated skulk sensor. So a calibrated skulk sensor. Let's just put this down before that guy does anything annoying. Hello. Yeah, come here. Come here. I think they're smarter. I don't know why I think they're smarter, but it does kind of feel like they might be smarter than they were. Okay, and then I do want to reset my spawn point before I forget. And then, do I have more bucketness in me? Do I have more bucketness inside myself? Maybe. And then the other thing I'm really... Okay, I'm hoping now. I'm hoping that this is just an item. Okay, maybe a pickaxe? If that just drops, I'm gonna be so mad. No! bucket. Oh, that wasn't the part that I needed. Okay. Alright. Numerous pains. You know, numerous pains. Numerous sources of pain. You know, the 9 hells or whatever. Here's one thing we can do. Okay. We can start with this. Because this is probably the main area where we're going to want it, but we're going to want way more lily pads than that. I'm just hoping I can find my supply, because I really thought, I mean, maybe it's in here, but I don't see them. I do have this kind of blindness where I can't see what's right in front of my face. But, okay, so anyway, I've done some experimentation, and now I know that I can't get sculk sensors by just breaking them by hand. I can't get calibrated sculk sensors by just breaking them by hand. So that's something. That's something to note, you know? That's just a fun little fact. Fun little factoid, you know? It's fine. I'm not sad about it. I'm not even sad about it, you know? If this hasn't grown by now, I think there's a very low chance that it actually will grow. So why not just move it? You know, why not just relocate it to somewhere it'll grow? You know, give it the space and the resources it needs. And then the other thing I can do, I'm going to have to relocate my bedroom no matter what. I can tell that. So the question is to where? And then the other question is, do I put it... I guess the question is, do I put it in this area? Next to this? Hello. You're the second skeleton I've seen while everything's been lit up. I'm kind of wondering. I have a question here. Is it just that things aren't really lit up? Hello. Come here, come here, come here. I want to be friends with you. Tell me your deepest ambitions and aspirations. You know, tell me what you hold dear, you know? I certainly won't use that information against you in any sort of particular way. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Why would you even suggest such a thing? Such a thing would be heinous. Heinous in the anus, as they say. Okay, well, we can definitely do that. And then do we have enough room for bones? We can definitely let go of this wool. That one individual cobblestone, I feel like we can spare that. Is there bone in there? No. How many arrows? We have 16 arrows now. That's actually that's a very good thing. And then, what's back here? Anything interesting? Yeah, there's a water source. I mean, this could be a neat bedroom, actually. It's just kind of looking for the right space, you know? I want an axe. That's really what I want. And then the other thing I want is... I mean, yeah, I don't want the bedroom to be, like, ludicrously far away from everything else, but I also don't want the bedroom to be, like, too close to everything, because, I don't know, it does tend to be where I retreat for safety. Okay, so this is under my front porch. That's literally under my front porch. And then this is here, and then, why is there lava flowing down there? I saw a lava drop. Oh! Look at the placement of this torch. Look at that. It's amazing. What is that sitting on? That's cool. Okay, and then actually what we can do is we can make more bone meal, so we can make more glowberries. So this is what I really like about glowberries, is they let bone meal become a lighting source. Or like the basis on which you're lighting. That's really, I'm I still haven't gotten over that. That's a little sad. Okay, so wait, why am I worrying about the bed? Because I want to know where to put my amethyst blocks and my skulk blocks, because those are valuable to me and I like them. And I don't want the bed in the way of the connection between this living room and this. I could put the bed right up square and center on this area. I could put the bed over there. I don't know. In the basement feels like not where I want it to be. Over here feels like probably where I want it to be. But I'm not like sure. And that kind of bugs me. I mean, the one thing is there's a way out of here that then connects to my porch. So I like that. I mean, I gotta just pick a course of action, right? That's the bottom line. You know, you pick and then you can move forward from there. I definitely want to plant these potatoes. That's been like on my list for a little while now. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then, you know, we've got somewhere to go from there, which is the Globries, Mr. Globry. Mr. Globry? Mr. Globry, will you provide me some Globries for globerisms? For globerisms. Alright. I've invented a new character. His name is Mr. Globry, apparently. And he's irrelevant. That's the only thing you need to know about him. Yeah. Let's see. Every friend group needs the token irrelevant cisgender male. Here we go. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. This is kind of neat. You know, this is kind of interesting. There's a little dead end here. On one hand, it goes straight out to the front area. So all I have to do is add a door here. It's got interesting topology. It's got a glitchy little torch, right? And it's very easy to seal off. It's already got some glow lichen nearby, so I can start expanding that and make like something neat with it, neat out of it. So I feel like all of those opportunities combined do kind of make it a good situation. They do make it a pretty good situation, and now there is a zombie there. So here's the question: do I make the inner doors? I feel like there's kind of there's a nice color coding idea to kind of get across here if I use these two types to... Oh, I don't like that. I just saw the creeper there. Okay, so do I have more room for the potatoes? I could grab that, I could grab that, I could grab that. I do want to plant more bamboo because I feel like I just need more bamboo for sticks and for whatnot of it all. But for now, it's kind of like just it's just bad placement overall. Everything just feels like it's in the wrong place, and like I don't really have enough space. I don't really like that, but you know, it is what it is. Have we got sticks? We've got the material for sticks. Let's make a bunch of sticks, right? Take that, grab this, grab this, grab this. We want gates. We want gates. And then we want fences. And then we want fences. Doors and gates and fences and whatnot. So what I'm thinking is if it's a door to the outside, okay, so now the question is, where did that creeper go? Because this is not a threat, but that creeper is a threat. I don't see it there. I don't see it there. Okay. Get here. Check the blend corner. Okay. Get here. Okay. Now. There. Exactly there. Here is already something. Do those two connect? Yeah, they'll connect on their own. That's fine. So that can go there. And then I guess this goes here. That seems superfluous. Or that goes there, which also seems superfluous. You know? But they don't call me Miss Superfluous for nothing. You know? Do they call me Miss Superfluous? Maybe, I don't know. How am I supposed to know these things? I don't know what people call me. Oh, what? That was so close. That was so close. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure. That isn't really what I wanted, but, do I accept it? Do I just accept it for what it is? Do I just accept the situation for what it is? I think I just accept the situation for what it is. I think that's what I'm gonna do here in this situation of it all. Okay, let's hurry this up. Okay, one thing I know is I want a bed here. I'm gonna want one extra block there. Okay, so here's the question. Is that going to be amethyst peeking through or skulk? I think it's going to be skulk. And then the other question is where? And then I think the answer to that is here. Okay, so what's that? I think that's the bottom of my lava generator. Okay, it's all collisions, isn't it? It's all collisions. Nothing wants to cooperate with me right now. And that's fine, whatever. So at least here my skulk has like a place to be. You know, it has a place to be. It has a place to express itself. It has a place to express itself situationally. Yeah, I see you. I even swung at you. Okay. Well, clearly there is monster spawning still happening in here, so I am going to have to like figure that out. And then the other thing I'm going to have to figure out is how to deal with this. But I think I'm just going to make as much amethyst in that area as possible. Because, like, why not? I've got enough, you know? You know, no scarcity mindset. No scarcity mindset. I'm not going to allow it. See, there's two little eyes poking into the dark. So there's a long way to get around here. I know I'm going to add other stuff, so I don't know what's going to be here, but there's going to be something here. And then this is going to be like bed space. So basically, when you come through this area, it's going to be like nice. It's just going to be nice. It's going to be cozy. It's going to be homey. It's going to be homey with the homies. Yeah, that's fine. I'll hide a block of cobble. I'm not above hiding a block of cobble, you know, just as filler, you know, just as meaningless filler behind everything, you know. Why would I obsess about there being a little bit of cobble in some corner? That seems silly. Why would I worry about that? Why would I even worry about that? And I just got a glimpse into something down in that corner, which is interesting. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out. And then the only thing that this really actually still needs is a bed. So that's fine. But, yeah, I don't know. For now, this is a door, you know. It leads out there. That's fine. It doesn't need to be anything else. It can be that, right? That's okay. I've preserved that individual torch sort of situation over there, so that's okay. Gotten rid of a few hanging blocks, so that's okay. I can put these two cobble down. I'll find something to do with that area. You know, I'll just keep expanding that. But at least this is all put down now. And the only other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that there is a proper door between me and the outside world on the other side here. And then, I don't know, do I put a door even here? Do I put a door here? I don't know. I mean, this might be a better way to set up a bedroom. I might make it accessible like that, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm ready for that. One thing I do want is I do want some copper ore from somewhere like deeper in. I wonder, I feel like my silk touch will work for that. What am I looking for? Okay. I am looking for more lava, right? So there's more lava. That's okay, right? That's fine. I'm not against having more lava. That's something I want, actually. That's desirable to me. I like that. I like that I have that. I like that I have these potatoes. I like that I have this. Here. So, what is the block? Exactly that one. So as soon as that outline shows up, and then, that's not where I wanted it. Darn it. Darn it. It's fine. I'll figure it out. You know, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. You know, don't freak out. Don't panic. You know, violently. Don't spasm. You know, please don't spasm. It's not good for you. Spasming is like one of the worst things for you. It's up in the top 10 things that are not very good for you. Spasming. Spasmostically. Okay. Don't joke about that. Let's see. What is... You know, you can't joke about it. I can joke about it. It's fine for me to joke about it, of course. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just, like, keep up with the glowberries, honestly. You know, keeping up with the glowberries, the new hit show. But yeah, this is what's nice about having watermelon. It's immediate food. It doesn't mess around, you know? As soon as you have watermelon, you have food. And then if that vine would just grow, I'd be, like, in a much better position. I'd be in a much better position, really. And then, I mean, there's room for dirt to sort of, for grass to sort of grow down here. Okay, whatever. Let's just, I mean, let's not screw around here. Let's just get the bed moved. And what was the challenge? What was the challenge with the bed the first time? The challenge was the bed was in the center, was off to the side, and then there were rail tracks in there. So as long as the bed, even if the bed is off to the side in this case, it's fine because I can still spawn here. So that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's perfectly natural. You know, it's perfectly okay. It's totally normal. There's no reason to think that it's not like okay and normal and fine. Yeah, and then the other thing I have is I have this, so I can actually, like, take a peep and see what's going on here. There's some kind of big green thing. There's some kind of small green thing. See, the problem is, as soon as I have arrows, I just love... I just love being able to do that. So it's hard. It's hard for me to not do that. I have to. It feels profoundly necessary in some way, in some sense of the word, to do that. Okay, so that potatoes is ready, that potatoes is ready, that potatoes is ready. I think, I don't know why I haven't been actually baking my potatoes, but I can start baking my potatoes. I can start baking my potatoes. That's something I can do. So I want the dirt. I really want the dirt. And then I can start baking my potatoes. And I have actually some mutton to eat. So that's good. Okay, so some things are happening. Some things are going well. The only other thing I want is I want enough torches to start expanding my operation. Okay, so one of the things I can do now is, now that this hallway is cleared, I can actually connect the grass. So one of the things I realized is that these two areas are actually quite close to one another. So then it's just a question of which side do I come at it from. Hello, zombie. You're fine. Don't worry. I'm not worried. Why should you be? You know? Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. You know? Be happy, or else I'll get you. I'll get you. I mean, I want to go this way, but what I'm realizing is that's just like 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Like right there. So why not just carve right through here and just not worry about what's in the way? Because I happen to know that it's just 2 individual furnaces. So there's that, and then we can definitely get where we're trying to go. Because all we have to do is we just have to connect this one to this one, and then, well, that's a little annoying, but that's okay. You know, we can work around it. Did I accidentally... Were those the ones that were cooking my potatoes? No, I have my potatoes. That's good. Okay, so I do have food. That's good. Now I actually have like a little bit of food. And do I just expand out this hallway and let it all connect? Let it all melt together? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Furthermore, I think that is what I am going to do. But where did that torch go? There was definitely a torch. There was definitely a torch right there. Where did it go? Did it go into this little hole that I covered up? Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe it's floating right there. I don't know why I didn't get the chance to pick it up earlier, but I didn't, so that just is what it is. So that copper deposit is neat. Okay, I wanted to make an axe. So let's get around to that. Axe. We want steel. 1, 2, 3 steel, right? And then we have ink sacks, we have name tags, we have a dripstone block. Would be kind of nice if you could make stalagmidoodles out of dripstone. It'd be kind of neat. Just because, I mean, it looks like a storage block. It looks like the kind of block that you'd just make with 9 stalagmidoodles. But it doesn't seem to be that way. And it, like, vexes me in some way. It vexes me. Just saying it vexes me. Okay. I mean, this could also have been my bedroom. This would be totally fine. Because this then actually goes and connects to a lot of other areas. And the only thing that's, like, in the way is the fact that this hallway is kind of dark. But as I, like, expand my bone meal production and expand my, the overall size of my operation, I'll be able to do this. It's just a question now of how does this connect to that? Do I have my torch? There's that torch. This torch has been very critical in allowing this whole thing to happen. So I'm gonna go get this zombie, go deal with him, you know, go give him a piece of my mind, you know, go give him a piece of my schmingus. And then, you know, don't say it that way. Don't say it that way, you know? You could have said it any other way. You could have used any other syllables with your mouth, and you decided to make those ones, you know? It's dirty. It's dirty. You shouldn't do that. It's just a little strange, you know? People are gonna think you're, like, some kind of weirdo, you know? People are gonna think you're some kind of weirdo. People might even think you're some kind of weirdo. And why is that such a devastating insult? Why are people so worried about the idea of being a weirdo? What does it really mean to be a weirdo? You know, I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. I really don't want to deal with the fact that you don't want to pick that up. Okay, what is this? What is this glitchiness? What is this glitchiness? Come on. Grow up. Grow up, you program. Grow up, you game that I am playing for fun. You know? Grow up. Mature emotionally. Mother of you. See, it's not seeing the zombie that scares me. It's the opportunity it represents. It's the fact that the zombie means that something can spawn there and something can sneak up behind me at a moment's notice. That's the thing that's really disturbing about the situation. I wonder how many times I say the word situation. It's like probably a lot. It's almost like I'm obsessed with situations somehow, you know? It's like some kind of disorder, some kind of illness, some kind of situation fixation. It's not healthy. It's not practical. It shouldn't be legal, you know? It shouldn't be legal. This is kind of neat. I like this. This kind of gives me a place to mine andesite. And then what's over here? Is this anything? Oh, this just leads up. But I think I know which up it leads to. And I would like to see that again. And just get a sense of where this connects to. Because, yeah, I do remember this little area. I do remember this. I mean, the one thing is, you know, carving out these little areas, it gives you a lot of extra planks, and it increases visibility by a lot instead of making just a lot of blind corners. So I think there's plenty of good reasons to do that. It's just like tedious and time consuming. It's like not as good a source of wood as like other things you could do. But honestly, like what I want to do is I want to get like a serious source of bone meal going. And then I want to, like, moss blocks. Basically moss blocks. That's my plan, moss blocks. And just stop mossifying the ground all over this place. Make this a nice mossy situation. Get it all mossified. And then dirt. And then it's dirt. And it's like lots of farming down here. You know, this will just be like my... Oh, hello! Nice! Okay, hey. I think that proves what I was hoping to be true, which is that that is actually a skeleton place. But now I'm going to have to figure out how to lighten that up without getting myrtleized. That's kind of the situation I'm trying to avoid, is getting myrtleized. I would like to avoid getting myrtleized and murdified. Murdificated. Murdectalized, as they say. I mean, part of it is just making sure that I don't have anything sneaking up on me while I'm in this process. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I'll fart. Part of that is getting more arrows. And then part of that is just... Can I torch it? Can I torch it? There you go. Alright. So now... Let's just build up. Oh, what blew me up? Blown up by a creeper. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? No, that's actually really sad. Because, oh no. If that destroyed the spawner, I'm resetting the game. Are you kidding me? No. Are you kidding me? No, come on. There's no way that that didn't destroy the spawner. I checked. You saw I was like looking around. I was being responsible. You know, this game just loves finding new sources of just depression to give a certain person. It's just straight up a depressing situation. I might be unhappy. I might legitimately be quite unhappy and unwell. Psychologically, I might have... I feel significantly less joyful now. My sense of joy and whimsy has been significantly diminished by that situation. I might have to go on a severe killing spree, is what I am saying, you know. This might have caused me to travel down a path of darkness, a very dark path. This might have turned me evil, to be totally honest. I mean, maybe the creeper was up there in that corner. That's more likely, I feel. But, oh, now I don't even remember where I was. Okay, so it's not there. It's not there. So it must be this way. It has to be this way. It's got to be this way. because that was the other way that I went. So it's not that way, so it must be this way, because that was the other direction I went in. So, unless the spawner, I don't know, I mean, sometimes miracles happen, right? Sometimes miracles happen. Bat, I'm sorry, you're very cute, but you're not listening to me right now. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in a good mood. Because while yes, the spawner has then been taken care of, I also don't know what else is lying in wait. And so now I still have a significant level of baseline anxiety from everything happening the way that it has up to this point occurred. But this does seem to be very good news. This does seem to be excellent sort of news at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disallow any spawning happening in this area. I'm just going to dig my way down so that spawning can no longer occur. And then I would like to do this with an axe, but I have been disallowed from that option because I have dropped my axe. So now we've got a little bit more of this, we've got a little bit more of that. We've got a lot of blind corners to deal with, and we're no closer to separating the situation from a dangerous, deadly, annoying situation. Hello, I see you. I understand your needs. I understand where you're coming from, sir. But I would like you to fall. Alright? I would like you to die horribly. You know? I would like you to take up your complaint with my complaints department. A chunk of iron on a stick. That's my complaints department. It's very diplomatic, you'll find. And by diplomatic, I do mean it will kill you very badly and very dead very quickly. And not listen if you say, ow, 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 ooh, scary. You know, ooh, scary is something that is said often by those who would oppose me. Okay? I can tell. This is the most intimidating way. I've workshopped this, okay? I've workshopped this. And all of my murderous comrades assure me that this is the most intimidating version of this threat. You're going to say like, owa, owa, oh, scary, owie, and then you're going to simply die. So what's going to happen? So, and yes, I see the emeralds, okay? I see the emeralds. I'm never excited about emeralds because they don't really do anything for me, okay? They open up trading, but I don't really like trading, okay? It's just not my thing. It's not my deal. It's not my jam. It's not what I appreciate. It's not what I vibe with. It's just not my thing. It's not my jam. It's not my thing. It's not my deal. It's not my jam. All those things. All those distinct, unique things. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's definitely something up there. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not really all that important. I hope it kind of terminates because I'm kind of sick of dealing with 2 levels. You know, 2 levels is like the worst because you get stuff falling on you from overhead and you gotta light 2 levels. So if I connect the 2 levels, then it just means that I don't have to light 2 levels. It just makes everything easier. It's just a quality of life improvement sort of thing, you know? I see some spider webs up there. That's pretty cool. You know what that might mean. You know what that might mean. You know what that might mean? That might be very exciting, in fact. That might be very exciting. No, just 1 cobweb. That's it. That's all it is. It's fine. Whatever. I'll be okay. You know, I'll recover emotionally from the devastating impact that had on my psychological system. But yeah, okay, so this is a very cool opportunity, a very cool area, and I don't want to get too excited too fast because I just about lost it in like 4 seconds really, really easily without noticing that it was like a possibility, you know? I mean, I definitely appreciated the danger of what I was trying to accomplish, but, you know, that was extremely fucking close. You know what I mean? That was extremely fucking close. Because this is my bread and butter. This is my bread basket. I was saying I want a serious source of bone meal. This is absolutely the best that a bitch could ask for. the absolute best that any bitch in the world could ask for. And I'm that bitch now. And I'm asking. I want that source of bone meal. I want that to work out. So I'm like, how do I future-proof this whole area and make sure that that's not going to happen again? Okay, that's all I want. I just want that not to happen again. I want to guarantee, you know, for all future generations that this source of bone meal is going to be, like, readily available. You know, all sorts of generations. All future generations of my children and grandchildren and whatever the hell not. You know, all of the spores that I've been releasing, you know, that contain my DNA. I want them to grow up healthy and strong and a good source of bone meal to access. So, these are some things that I think about, you know? Don't quote me on any of this. Don't quote me on any of this. Pretend I didn't say this, you know? This is all just like a bit, you know? Obviously, it's not connected to anything in reality. No one would put their DNA in a series of spores and release them into the environment. That would be extremely selfish and dickheaded. And if there's one thing you know about me, I'm not a selfish dickhead, okay? There's one thing you could ask anybody about. Yes, is that bitch a selfish dickhead? They'd say, no, nah, not even. No, she could be trusted with an axe. You know, if you find she's left an axe at your house, you should definitely return it. You know, she'd appreciate that. I think she'd really appreciate that. It's probably the wisest course of action. You know, things like this. So that's a dead end. That's a dead end. Do I have any more? I have just enough space for 6 more. This is very tricky. This is very tricky. This is very tricky. This is extremely tricky. It's even tricky, you know? There's like different ways of saying things. But one of them is to say that this is very tricky. Because I'm trying to find my way back, you know, and I'm quite sure that I have not been there yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pink door here. Okay, I know pink door usually means outside, right? Actually outside of my main base, but I'm out of white doors. I'm just out of white doors. I don't have any white doors. I don't have any more white doors. I don't have any more white doors. I don't have any more white doors. Okay, I just don't. So you gotta accept that and not be like a little bitch about it. But yeah, that was stressful. That was extremely stressful. I feel like my heart's going like 1,000,000,005, and I'm not really doing much, you know? I'm not really doing much. So, what is this? What is this? What is that? That's something. I mean, look at this. This is neat, but what's going on here? That's a dead end. That's a dead end. I mean, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make like a clear delineation of what the path back is, because that's like hard to find now. I just need something to make a proper trail, you know? Oh, here we go. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I do want more storage space. I feel like this is a good place for storage space. I'm gonna drop off this kind of dosh that's not really like immediately all that helpful. Even if it is something that I like, something that I desire, something I want, something I value, you know? It is kind of dosh right now. It's a bit dosh. So let's get rid of it. And then let's put that there, let's put that there, let's put that there, let's put that there. I have extra bow, that's fine. Do I have my arrows? I don't know where my arrows went. That's very, very sad. Okay, but I know there's other stuff I want down there. There's a lot of other stuff I want down there. Okay, so, see, I already lost the plot. What kind of thing can I use to mark my way? Diorite isn't exactly unique, okay? Redstone dust is pretty unique. I'm not gonna see redstone dust on the floor here without me placing it, so that is good. But the other thing I can do is I can just make a slightly more direct route by doing this, and then it's just a matter of showing like where the path curves. So that's another place where it curved, right? And then there's 2 sides here. That's fine, right? I mean, I can just open up this room. At the very least, it means that anything that spawns in here, I am gonna see. It's not just gonna sneak up on me. But this is good. See, there's 2 rooms next to each other. There's symmetry, there's feng shui. That's a good thing. And then there's this. Okay, so there's like one door, and then there's emeralds down there, right? Okay, and then we just pick up all this dosh. There's a lot of dosh there. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. We don't need that dosh. But then here, we get back here, that's all fine. Okay, I mean, what we're kind of going for at this point is we're going for, let's start making this like a habitable area where we can just like make a lot of bone meal. Just make a lot of bone meal, a ridiculous amount of bone meal. The kind of amounts of bone meal that are gonna make people like suspicious and sad, especially sad and strange and feel weird inside. You know, I want people to be uncomfortable with the amount of bone meal I'm getting. I want people to look at the amount of bone meal that I'm getting and be like, that bitch is not okay. She doesn't need that much bone meal. That's just like not a healthy thing to desire, is that much bone meal. And then I'm gonna keep laughing and laughing and laughing, and they're not gonna be able to stop me. And look, that shovel, because it's not the right tool, it has to be the right tool and the right enchantment. That didn't always used to be that way, you know? Didn't always used to be that way. I miss it being the way that it was and not the way that it is. But what can I do? What can I really do about this situation? Can I just complain? Can I just complain? It's cathartic, you know? Complaining is like probably my favorite activity, to be totally honest. It's a little bit messed up, but it is kind of one of my favorite. It's up there. It's up there, right? I mean, there's that. There's like, my favorite Hitachi. You know, heavy construction equipment is something that's very important and personal to me. Yeah, definitely no other way to interpret that statement other than the one provided. That being the correct interpretation. Alright, you know, I don't feel like getting the hunger status effect or anything. I feel like enjoying my newfound situation a little bit. Can we even just go ahead and make a crafting table in this area? Because what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish is very simple. I'm actually just trying to wall this all off. I'm just trying to wall this off. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with that, okay? I'm going to start with that. That's my first objective, is just to wall this area off, okay? That feels like a simple, manageable, achievable goal, is just to wall this all the way off. And then, you know, I mean, I don't even need the material to look nice. I don't even need it to look nice. I just need it to be practical, and I need it to be done. Because this might be the most valuable thing I've found on this entire 37 episodes, is a skeleton spawner right in my base. There's like nothing I want more. So I'm just gonna like do everything in my power to make sure that that stays what it is. But I'm running low on materials, I'm running low on health, I'm running low on, you know, fuel in my tank. I feel very annoyed at the level of lag. You know, I'm blaming the lag for that. But, you know, it is what it is. More torches, more torches. Do I have more of anything that I need? I could definitely stand to block this off with dirt. But the fact that it's like in the air does help. That does help. I just want to constrict it to one entrance, one exit only. That's it. I might honestly just grab more pickaxes. I might just need to grab more pickaxes. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's just the thing is, right, I don't want to be working there in like partial darkness. That's like not at all desirable to me. So I'm gonna have to work my way over there and like slowly illuminate all of this and make sure that it's as safe as possible and there are no mob spawns happening nearby before I do any work in that area, because I know it's gonna be a lot of work. I'm gonna hollow it out. I'm gonna make like a a pool. There's going to be water. It's all going to like flow to the center, and then there's going to be a bunch of soul campfires. It's going to be neat. You know, it's going to be good.
Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, like the video. If you subscribe to the video, then subscribe to the video. If you share the video, then share the video. I've got a Patreon if you feel like throwing me a couple dollars a month so I don't starve. I want to give a big heartfelt shout out to my long-term supporter on there, Sasha, for keeping me going, giving me will to live, reason to continue, trying to survive, you know, trying to acquire my bone meal and build some sort of stability and peace and lasting hope for my life and for yours, dear viewer. Remember, no matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, no matter what your situation is in life, poison spiders, poison spiders, poison spiders, and it is always Tuesday. Have a great day.